Hi, I'm David. Everyone calls me a patient man, but even saints have breaking points. Mine came courtesy of my 7-year-old daughter, Lily, and 6 simple words. Daddy, we need to leave now. I was standing awkwardly in my ex-wife Rebecca's lavish backyard, nursing a lukewarm beer. The party celebrated her promotion at the law firm where we'd once met. Our divorce had been finalized 11 months ago, and this was my first time at her new house. Surprised you actually showed, Rebecca said, appearing beside me in a designer dress that probably cost more than my monthly rent. Joint custody means setting good examples. You invited us. Lily was excited to come, so here we are. Rebecca flashed her courtroom smile. Well, Jake's thrilled you could make it. He's been dying to meet Lily's father. Jake being the investment banker boyfriend who's definitely not the reason our marriage ended? I kept my tone light, but Rebecca's eyes narrowed. Ancient history, David. We're all adults here. She glanced toward the patio where Jake was holding court with several guests. I've moved forward. You should try it sometime. Before I could respond, Caroline, Rebecca's college friend, approached. David, it's been ages. How's the teaching job? Still molding young minds one history lesson at a time, I said. How's the gallery? Thriving. Rebecca's been incredible, connecting me with her firm's clients. Speaking of which, she glanced meaningfully at Rebecca. Rebecca nodded. The Sandersons are by the pool. They've been looking for new pieces for their vacation home. After Caroline left, Rebecca's phone chimed. She frowned at the screen. I need to take this. Mingle, David. Pretend you're enjoying yourself. I wandered toward the snack table, scanning for Lily. She'd been playing with some other kids earlier. I spotted her coming from inside the house, her face unusually serious. Hey, sweetie, having fun? Lily grabbed my hand, tugging urgently. Daddy, we need to leave now. What's wrong? Did something happen? She glanced around nervously. I went upstairs to use the bathroom, but I got lost. I heard Jake and a lady talking in a room. They were saying mean things about me and you. What kind of mean things? Jake said I was a brat and you were a problem. The lady said they needed to handle you. Then Jake said something about white powder making problems go away. My blood went cold. Are you sure that's what you heard? Lily nodded vigorously. Then the lady said she had someone who could take care of it. And Jake laughed and said they should start with your breaks. Did they see you? No, I hid when they came out. The lady had red hair and a butterfly tattoo on her arm. I recognized the description immediately. Vanessa, Rebecca's paralegal, who'd always seemed overly invested in our divorce. Good job telling me, sweetie. We're leaving right now. As we headed for the door, Rebecca intercepted us. Leaving so soon? Lily's not feeling well, I said, keeping my voice neutral while scanning the crowd for Jake and Vanessa. I'm fine, Lily protested, confused. Rebecca raised an eyebrow. She looks perfectly fine to me. I leaned in close. Call me tomorrow, we need to talk. About what? About why your boyfriend and Vanessa are discussing tampering with my car and using white powder to solve their David problem. Rebecca's face paled. That's ridiculous. You're clearly... Ask Lily what she overheard. Then decide if you want to have this conversation here or privately tomorrow. As we walked to the car, I called my sister Sarah. The moment she picked up, I said, I need your help. Things just got very complicated. They said what? Sarah's voice echoed through my living room the next morning. Lily was in the kitchen eating breakfast, earbuds in, watching cartoons on her tablet. According to Lily, they were discussing tampering with my brakes and using drugs to handle me. Sarah paced furiously. Have you checked your car? Called the police? I had a mechanic friend check it this morning. Everything's fine. And what exactly do I tell the police? That my 7-year-old overheard a suspicious conversation? This isn't just about you anymore, David. If they're willing to put you in danger, what about Lily? My phone buzzed with Rebecca's call. I put it on speaker. David, we need to discuss what happened yesterday, Rebecca began, her lawyer voice in full effect. Yes, we do. Lily overheard Jake and Vanessa discussing how to handle me, including tampering with my car. That's absurd. Jake would never... I've already had my car checked. If anything happens to me, the police will know exactly where to look. Rebecca's tone shifted. Look, I talked to Jake. He admits he and Vanessa were venting, but it was just talk. Dark humor. They'd had a few drinks. Joking about harming your ex-husband where your daughter could overhear? That's your defense? You're blowing this out of proportion. Lily misunderstood. Did she misunderstand the part about white powder making problems go away? Because that sounds like either drugs or poison, Rebecca. Silence fell on the line. I want full custody, I said finally. effective immediately. You can't be serious, Rebecca hissed. One misinterpreted conversation and you think you can take my daughter? Our daughter, who you've exposed to people who casually discuss violence and illegal substances. I'm calling my attorney. Good idea. I'm calling mine too. After hanging up, Sarah looked at me intently. You need to document everything and talk to Caroline. She's always had a soft spot for you and Lily. I called Caroline, who agreed to meet at a coffee shop. When she arrived, her usually perfect makeup couldn't hide her exhaustion. I can't stay long, she said, sliding into the booth. Rebecca's been calling nonstop. I need to know what's really going on, Caroline, for Lily's sake. Caroline glanced around nervously. I've been worried about Jake for months. Rebecca's changed since they got together. Changed how? Parties every weekend. New friends Rebecca won't introduce me to. Closed-door meetings with Vanessa that stop when anyone walks in. Do you think they're involved in something illegal? Caroline hesitated. I found cocaine in Rebecca's guest bathroom last month. She claimed it belonged to a client who'd stopped by. Did you believe her? I wanted to, but last night after you left, I overheard Jake on the phone saying the package from Colombia had cleared customs. My stomach dropped. Are you willing to tell this to my lawyer? Maybe testify if it comes to that? Rebecca's been my friend for 15 years. And Lily's known you her whole life. She calls you Aunt Caroline. Caroline's eyes welled with tears. The Rebecca I knew would never put Lily at risk. This version of her, she took a deep breath. I'll talk to your lawyer. As we were leaving, my phone rang. Detective Collins, an old college friend who joined the police force. David, we need to talk about Rebecca's boyfriend, he said without preamble. His name just popped up in an ongoing investigation. How soon can you come in? 3 days later, I stood in Rebecca's office, Caroline and Detective Collins waiting in the lobby below. The preliminary police report burned in my pocket. Rebecca glared across her desk. Barging into my workplace? Real mature, David. Where's Jake today, Rebecca? Haven't seen him around. He's traveling for work. Not that it's any of your business. Colombia, by chance? Her eyes narrowed. What exactly do you want? I placed the police report on her desk. Jake's under investigation for drug trafficking. His investment firm is a front for money laundering, and you're listed as having co-signed on 3 properties purchased with his illegally obtained funds. Rebecca's face went white. That's impossible. I never what? Never knew? Never participated? Which version are we going with today? This is some kind of mistake, she insisted, but her hands trembled as she flipped through the report. No mistake. Detective Collins is downstairs right now. The DEA has been tracking Jake for months. They're moving in on his operation as we speak. Rebecca's composure cracked. David, you have to believe me. I didn't know. Jake told me those properties were legitimate investments. Like you didn't know about the cocaine in your house, where Lily lives half the time? That was one time, a momentary lapse in judgment. A momentary lapse that put our daughter at risk. She overheard Jake and Vanessa discussing using drugs to handle me and tampering with my car. How many momentary lapses are acceptable where Lily's safety is concerned? Rebecca stood abruptly. I made a mistake getting involved with Jake, I admit that, but I would never knowingly endanger Lily. Yet you did, and you're still defending him. I'm not defending. You invited a drug trafficker into our daughter's life. He discussed harming me where she could overhear. What part of that are you not understanding? Rebecca collapsed back into her chair. I'll break things off with Jake. I'll cooperate with the investigation. Just please don't take Lily from me. It's too late for that. Caroline's downstairs too. She's prepared to testify about finding drugs in your home, about the changes in your behavior, about Jake's phone call regarding Colombian packages. Caroline would never betray me like that. She's not betraying you. She's protecting Lily, which is what you should have been doing. Tears streamed down Rebecca's face. David, please, I'm sorry. I'll do anything. We can work this out. There's nothing to work out. The court hearing is tomorrow morning. I've filed for emergency full custody with supervised visitation for you, assuming you're not arrested as an accomplice. You can't do this to me. I turned to leave. You did this to yourself, and worse, you did it to Lily. Rebecca lunged forward, grabbing my arm. You've always wanted this, a reason to take her away from me. Let go of me, Rebecca. You'll regret this, she hissed, her grip tightening. I still have friends, powerful friends. Detective Collins appeared in the doorway. Is everything okay in here? Rebecca released my arm, leaving red marks on my skin. Miss Warren, I'm Detective Collins. I'd like you to come downstairs with me. We have some questions about your relationship with Jake Mercer. As they left, Rebecca looked back at me. This isn't over. For your sake, I replied quietly. I hope it is. 6 months later, I sat in my lawyer's office reviewing the final custody agreement. Rebecca had avoided jail time by cooperating with the DEA investigation, but Jake and Vanessa weren't so lucky. Both were serving substantial sentences. Full physical custody with supervised visitation twice monthly, my lawyer confirmed. The supervision requirement will be reviewed in 1 year, contingent on Miss Warren's continued compliance with random drug testing and completion of parenting classes. And the restraining order? Remains in effect for the threats made during and after your confrontation at her office. I nodded, remembering the voicemails and texts that had followed. Thank you for everything, Alan. Outside, Sarah waited with Lily, who was showing her aunt her latest art project. All finished? Sarah asked. All finished? Ready for ice cream, Lily Pad? Yes, Lily bounced excitedly. Can we invite Aunt Caroline? Already texted her. She's meeting us there. At the ice cream parlor, Caroline waved from a corner booth. Since testifying against Rebecca, she'd become a regular part of our lives. How'd it go? She asked as we settled in. Exactly as expected. Rebecca's supervised visitation starts next week. Caroline squeezed my hand. You did the right thing, David. For what it's worth, I think this was a wake-up call Rebecca needed. Maybe. But I'm not holding my breath for a miraculous transformation. Daddy, Lily said, looking up from her ice cream, is Mom still in trouble? I chose my words carefully. Your mom made some bad choices, and now she has to show everyone she can make better ones. Like a timeout for grown-ups? Something like that. My phone buzzed with a text from Rebecca. Can we talk before the visitation? I want to apologize properly. As I was considering my response, another text followed. I understand if you don't want to. I just want to make things right for Lily's sake. I showed the messages to Caroline. Are you going to meet her? She asked. No. Any apologies can happen with the supervisor present. I texted back. All communication should go through our lawyers or the visitation supervisor. This isn't about you or me making amends. It's about Lily's well-being. Rebecca replied immediately. I understand. I just want you to know I'm getting help. I'm not the same person I was. Is Mom trying to be your friend again? Lily asked, somehow sensing the conversation topic. Your mom is trying to figure out how to be a better mom to you. But you and her won't be married again, right? No, sweetie. That's not happening. Lily nodded, returning to her ice cream. Good. I like our life now. Later that evening, after Lily was asleep, I sat on the porch with Sarah. Rebecca called me today, Sarah admitted, wanted me to convince you to meet with her. What did you tell her? That she lost the right to private conversations when she put my niece in danger. I stared at the stars. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being too harsh. She exposed Lily to drugs and people who discussed harming you. That's not something you just forgive and forget. I don't trust that she's really changed. Nor should you. Actions have consequences. She's lucky her consequence is supervised visitation and not prison. My phone rang. Detective Collins. Just wanted to update you, he said. We found additional evidence in Jake's files. Rebecca was more involved than she admitted initially. Not enough to file new charges, but enough that the DA is keeping her file open. After hanging up, I turned to Sarah. Seems Rebecca's transformation might be more about appearances than reality. Are you surprised? No, I admitted. Just disappointed, for Lily's sake. You know what I've learned watching you through all this? Sarah asked. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about getting away and building something better. I thought about Lily's words earlier. I like our life now. You're right, I said. The best revenge was never about hurting Rebecca. It was about protecting Lily and creating a safe home for her. The next morning, as Lily and I walked to school, she asked suddenly, Daddy, are you still angry at Mom? I'm not angry, sweetie. I'm just focused on making sure you're safe and happy. Do you think she's sorry? I considered my answer carefully. I think your mom regrets the consequences of her actions. Whether she's truly sorry, that's something only time will tell. How do you know if someone is really sorry? They change their behavior, not just their words. They accept the consequences without trying to escape them, and they don't expect forgiveness just because they apologized. Lily nodded thoughtfully. That makes sense. As we reached her school, she gave me a tight hug. I'm glad you listened when I said we needed to leave the party. Me too, Lily Pad. Me too. Have you ever ignored your child's warning about something that felt off? How did it turn out? Share your experiences in the comments below.